Guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at the shrine again. As you can see, I am currently wearing my custom attire. That's a little joke for anyone who was in the live channel just then. If you guys are wondering about the live channel, come check us out on Twitch. We do stream DVD 5 days a week, sometimes 6, depending on how it's looking. Alrighty, let's look at the shrine. We're currently looking at No Mither. Yep, I thought it was pronounced No Mither. It's pronounced No Mither. How do I know it's pronounced No Mither? Because the devs made up the word, so I guess there it goes. Let's have a little bit of a look. It is an average perk unlocked by David King. It is constantly people contemplate it as being the worst perk in the game. I'll go into details very soon. Another teachable unlocked by the Hillbilly at level 30 from Enduring. It's okay, it's not bad. We got a Spirit teachable unlocked at level 30 called Spirit's Fury. And we have Autodidact. Yup, it took me probably about 3 months to learn how to pronounce that. Autodidact. This shrine, on a scale of 1 to 10, blows ass. It is not great. It is not great. There is, like, nothing you want from this shrine. Last week, you had Thrilling Tremor. It was brilliant. This week, it's a bit of a dud. Now, let me walk through perk by perk. First of all, this is not a DLC perk. This is not a DLC perk. This is a DLC perk. This is a DLC perk. This is a Survivor perk. This is a Killer perk. Killer perk, Survivor. Right, what does No Mither do? You will start the trial injured, meaning any form of DPS you take, any form of damage, will down you in one hit. Keep in mind, things like the Clown Bottle do not cause damage. Dr. Shock doesn't cause damage. If you get caught in a bear trap from a trapper and you free yourself, providing he doesn't have a honing stone, you will not go into dying state. So the killer still has to hit you. You're running around the entire game injured. Basically, what does it do? You will no longer leave blood. Blood stays for about 8 seconds, as opposed to scratch marks stay for about 10 seconds and are nearly unreadable after 7 seconds. You no longer drop blood. You will cry 0%, 25%, and 50% quieter while injured. You will also be able to recover from dying state unlimited time. So it's like Unbreakable, but you can permanently use it. Now, what are the disadvantages? The killer knows you have No Mither. There will be a little circle with a plus sign or a healing sign through it saying you cannot heal the entire trial. It's very, very bad. I do not recommend this perk based off that if you're a new player. I do these shrines for all players, but generally a lot of new players do watch them. What is good about No Mither? Right now I just told you all negatives. It allows you to start the trial injured. There are perks in the game that are not teachables that get massive benefits from that, such as a perk called Resilience. Resilience allows you to work on everything 9% quicker, including a window vault. Alright, 9% of a window vault is still not a lot, but we're going to talk about the other things. A generator takes 80 seconds to complete with your hands. Working on a generator with No Mither and Resilience will cut 9% off the generator. 9% at 80, well, I'm going to round it up to 10, so you're looking at 8 seconds. 8 seconds off a Jenny. Jenny's going to be done in 72 seconds, providing you get no skill checks. If you have a teammate working on there, you're going to be getting it done in 45%. You're also going to be almost countering diminishing returns. Quick rundown of what diminishing returns are. Yeah, I did that. Alright, quick rundown of what diminishing returns are. Diminishing returns are going to be 1 player on a generator has no diminishing returns. 2 players on a generator has 10% diminishing returns. 3 players, 20%, 4 players, 30% diminishing returns. So if there are 4 people stacked on a Jenny, they will work 30% slower. Even though the Jenny's going to get done quick, that stops the Jenny getting done way too fast. So if you don't know how to tell, when you're working on a Jenny, you should be able to look underneath and there should be a red plus arrow or a red going backwards arrow, and that's going to tell you you're going to be working, it'll be a red going forward arrow telling you you're working slower. If it was going backwards, it means you have the negative penalty as well. Prove Thyself counters diminishing returns from 2 players and gives you a lot of blood points, but talking about No Mither, if you chose to run No Mither, good perks that go well with it, Iron Will so you don't cry at all and you leave no blood. It's not a good idea though. DS is better. DS will allow you to recover on the ground. If they slug you, if they pick you up, you can DS and get away. You can generally get 2 No Mither attempts out, 3 if you time it perfectly so they can't pick you up with a DS, so you can still play out through that. Dead Hard allowing you to recover from a mistake. Resilience will allow you to work on a Jenny 9% quicker, like I said, and this is not happening will allow you to work on a Jenny 30% quicker. So both this is not happening and Resilience, check to see if you have any of the perks. They are not teachable perks. Every character in the game can learn them by default. They're in the game's basic kit. You can run a good build with that. Remember, you're taking 8 seconds off a Jenny. You then chuck on a Commodious toolbox with a socket swivel. That's 20% of a generator. That's 20% at 80. That's 8, 16. Now you're cutting 24 seconds off a generator. You're landing greats. Now you're cutting 28 seconds off a gen. So the time does add up really, really well if you're running that kind of combo. Hard to use. I do not recommend it for players that are new to the game. And even if you're advanced at the game, you'll find killers will tunnel and camp you if you run No Mither. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Next perk, Enduring. If you are new to the game, God tier perk. I highly recommend this perk to almost everyone. What does it do? When you are pallet stunned by a survivor, or they... Actually, it's only pallet stuns now. When you're pallet stunned by a survivor, you can recover 40, 45, and 50% quicker. So if you go to lunge, hit him through the pallet, and you do, and he pulls the pallet down, and you get the hit, and you see him run in the distance, you recover at about 0.8 of a second rather than about 2 seconds. I know that math doesn't add up there, but that's what it feels like, yeah? So generally, it is good for the Billy. It's good for a lot of people that get pressure early. Get the pallet, get the break, get the rotation, but it can be very difficult to use and understand. The reason this is a good perk for new players is good players will wait at a pallet and you'll wait at the pallet and respect it, and then they'll run another lap or they'll take a window and they'll really hurt you. This allows you to go, I'm not waiting at anything because it's wasting time, and go straight through it. It teaches you jungle gyms, what pallet you should respect, what pallet you should go through. Pretty good perk. It is ability teachable, unlocked at level 30, therefore I would not recommend purchasing it out of the shrine. I'd recommend waiting, leveling up your ability to 30. It should cost you 800k blood points, and then unlocking the teachable for everyone rather than wasting 2,000 shards on it. Spirit's Fury. Now this is hand in hand a powerhouse wombo combo. If you're new to Dead by Daylight, and you have enough to buy one perk on the shrine, you buy Spirit's Fury. It is a teachable unlocked by the Spirit. It is not in the game. Basically, when you break 4 pallets, 3 pallets, and 2 pallets, based on the perk being tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3, you will then recover... when the pallet is thrown down on you, if you are stunned by it, it will automatically break, and in the time it takes you to recover, you can then move again. That sounds really complicated to explain. Say it takes 2 seconds to recover from a pallet stun. Survivor pallet stuns you. The pallet instantly breaks. So rather than recovering and then having to break the pallet, you do it while recovering. So if you're running a perk that allows you to recover 50% quicker, you hit the survivor as he pallet stuns you, you do that, you break the pallet and you go straight through. Very, very powerful combo for a Billy, yet again. Billy goes to M1 through the pallet. What's that? He hit you, recovers from Spirit's Fury, hits you again. Another scenario. Billy goes to M1 you through the pallet, doesn't hit you, pallet stun, he chainsaws you. There are a lot of really powerhouse ways to make this combo work well. It is a very good perk. Some survivors will drop pallets early if they know you have Spirit's Fury. Some killers will constantly be lunging through pallets because they want to get it out of the way. It is counterable. It's hard to outplay if you're inexperienced to the game though, and if you're new to Dead by Daylight, it's going to save you an abundance of frustration. You're going to realize that you can actually have a lot of fun with this and catch some pretty good survivors. However, don't let them catch on that you have it. And the last perk, Autodidact. Oh, I don't want to even explain this perk because this perk is a mindfuck in itself. Okay, when you're healing a teammate, it takes... let's say 25 seconds, 26 seconds, okay, to heal somebody, providing the killer doesn't have Sloppy Butcher. Self-care will take 32 seconds, but that's with a 50% penalty, because, you know, you're using self-care, providing you're not using make it. So 25 seconds to heal somebody, alright? During this time, if you get a skill check and you land it, it goes back 25% of the heal. You heard me? You got the heal to 18%, you land a skill check, boom, it goes back to like 12%. 12 seconds of the heal completed. The more skill checks you land, the less it goes back. All the way until when you land a skill check, it heals 75%. So it takes a long ass time to build up, and you need to waste so much time healing your allies to get this. If you are using a medkit, as you see by reading the perk, it does not proc the skill check that you need to land, okay? Because you can run medkits with the surgical needle to enhance skill checks, for example, and you can counter. It does work if you have Swine Chill. I do not recommend this perk to any player. I recommend you run something else, man. If you really want to heal somebody, we'll make it. Borrowed Time's even better than that. I mean, I personally would rather Botany Knowledge, to tell you the truth. Botany Knowledge and a good medkit, you can heal in about 8 seconds. It's incredibly fast. Not a great perk. I don't recommend it. But if you want to buy it, by all means. It is an Adam Francis perk. Adam's great. This perk, however, is not. That's going to be a quick rundown on the shrine, guys. If you learned something, or if you want to pop into the next live stream, I do stream, like I said, on Twitch 5 days a week. I stream educational Dead by Daylight content. It'd be a pleasure to have you guys come in. If you think you know everything about Dead by Daylight, you can help me teach the people that don't. We do play a lot of Killer and Survivor. We play Killer 3 days a week, and we play Survivor 2 days. But then again, depending on the queues, we vice versa and change. Guys, thank you for all for watching, and I will see you in the fog and in the next video.